We'll call the Mississippi County Quorum Court October 27, 2020 meeting to order. We'll stand with the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice Nelson, would you give the invitation, please?
Yes, I will, Judge. Our Father, we thank Thee for this day. We ask that You be with us, that You guide us and keep us, that You help us with our health and all those who are fighting this virus and all of our friends and neighbors, and be with us, Lord, and give us the courage to work with each other and to help each other in the things that we do for this county. Bless us, give us health, give us peace of mind, and give us the strength to do the things that we need to do for this county. In Christ's name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Justice Ash, Justice Belcher, Justice Byrd,
Here.
Justice Clay, Justice Freeman, Justice Hinton, Justice Helper, Justice Jackson, Justice Nelson,
Here.
Justice Norval, Justice White.
Here.
Move on to the reading of approval of minutes.
Judge, I make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes since we've all been provided with a copy.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll move on to the treasurer's report. Ms. Nikki, is the report for us tonight?
I do. The interest rate today is 0.65 on a $100,000 CD, and that is at Farmers Bank in Blytheville. And the sales tax report that I handed out to you, what we received in September was, again, that was one of the best Septembers that we have had in the last 10 years that we've been keeping, since we've been keeping record. I do think from what I see that the sales tax is going to start declining a little bit, but still we've been on a pretty good run there for a while. And I also have given you your fund balances as of today. So that is all I have unless somebody has a question.
No questions for Ms. Nikki. Thank you for that. Justice White, give a report from the Finance Committee meeting.
Yes, sir. If it pleases you and the other JPs, we've got 8 committee reports, 4 of which are Finance Committee meetings because we are meeting every Monday due to the budget work that we're doing. So if y'all don't care, I'm going to combine all 4 into one report. We are meeting every Monday, as everybody knows, working on the budget. This last Monday was also last week's Monday was our regular financial monthly meeting. We're whittling the budget down, we're moving forward. In the budget process, we usually look at revenues first, and then we start taking the department budgets, the expenditure budgets. We don't say yay or nay, we just take everybody's budget as they request until we get them all in. And once we get them in, and the department heads have all had an opportunity to explain any additions or changes they made, then we total them up down at the bottom of the expenditures. We compare them against our revenues and see how close we are, and then we start making fine-tuning adjustments as necessary. We've gotten most of the major budgets in at this point. We'll meet again next Monday. Some of the budgets that we don't have, I think you've got probably road department about ready for us. I asked Cindy to talk to you. There's 2 other budgets that you may or may not want to deal with. It's courthouse budget and other county budgets. We can talk after the meeting if you you care to. But we've got some other minor budgets to look at and discuss this coming Monday. I'm hoping that we can get just about every expenditure budget put together this coming Monday and start wrapping it up. And then in the process of these last 4 meetings, we've talked about potential raises, but we've held off about any serious raise talk until we could talk about insurance and what our insurance costs might be. The insurance committee has been meeting under Justice Nelson. He'll have a report for us in a minute. They did meet again today. They did a Zoom meeting. I was fortunate enough to attend to that. I'm not going to steal his thunder. He can tell you where we're at with that. But I think they've come up with the final figure there to present to the Finance Committee as far as dollars are concerned. I feel good that I really think that we'll be able to give a raise of some sort. I don't know exactly how much or how strong. I do not anticipate bonuses this year, if anybody's been asking. The bonuses are just a one-time plug. The raises are in perpetuity, and we need to be giving raises. We're looking at the 2020 Jessup comparative program that we did back this summer, trying to raise our bottom employees without penalizing our top paid employees. But we try to compare ourselves and keep as close to the average of the 12 comparatives that we have as we possibly can. We want to do as well for our employees as we possibly can. So the budget process is almost complete. The end result of the two of the meetings that we had last Monday, we had 2 appropriation ordinances on the ballot tonight. One of them would set up a fund for the CARES COVID money that we anticipate we may get, but we don't think that money will come till the end of December, just before the first of the year. Could be significant. We've got our fingers crossed. I know Wayne Reynolds with the Emergency Services Department is putting the applications together for that money. Could be over $500,000 that we may receive, but we needed a special line item. We do have an ordinance on the agenda tonight to set up that line item to receive that money into. The other line item, the other ordinance would have come from the Energy and Property tonight. Justice Jackson had a family matter that she's attending to tonight that I do know about. But her Energy and Property brought to the Finance Committee a request for an additional $250,000 appropriation regarding the Blyville Courthouse project. When we realized after Justice Nelson's meeting this afternoon that we probably weren't going to have a quorum, we've got some members out quarantined. I don't think anybody is seriously ill, but we have enough quarantine that we weren't going to have a quorum tonight to vote on the 2 ordinances that require 8 votes. But we've been carrying enough money over in that courthouse construction fund, approximately $800,000 cushion, and they only needed $250,000 out of this appropriation. So we don't think there's any true immediacy in either one of these ordinances tonight that are coming from finance. In other words, I don't think we have to call a special meeting unless you just really want to. I think both of them could probably wait till our next regular monthly meeting. But that kind of wraps up all of that we've been doing. We've been working hard. We'll continue to work hard. We hope to have the budget ready to present the 2021 budget in our regular quorum court meeting the month of November, which will be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and I believe that may be the 24th. So, anything, Judge?
Not for me. Any questions for Justice White?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll move on to roads and bridges. Is there someone here who'd like to represent Justice Fleeman in that court?
I wasn't there, Judge. Were you there? Judge, nobody was there. Would you care to give the committee a report?
Well, yes, I would. Basically, the committee investigated the possibility of stockpiling the next year's budget for red clay gravel and other roads road department had $250,000 budgeted to road material in 2020. And as it turns out, that's almost exactly how much money that we got put out on the roads this year. So what we would like to do is stockpile the other $250,000 in for the next year. And we have, I think we probably put out somewhere, just under $200,000 this year for next year. So we'll continue and we'll put some more out, as the weather dries at the heavy station in 6 different locations, or when it dries up in 2021, we'll continue to put that out. The idea behind it all is to start in the earliest part of spring as we can, whether it's warm and certainly it's dry, it's warm. For red clay gravel, it needs to be dry to get that sunshine. And then to cut that off somewhere around the last of July, somewhere in August, we start losing some per daylight hours. And then we'll start stockpiling for the next year. So we're actually going to spend this year, we have between now and before we start putting out somewhere around $500,000, which would be 2 different years road material. The committee seemed pleased with that. We're on target now for meeting that goal. And we have changed up some of the line items from 2021 that was in 2020 to more represent actually what the road department is achieving. So, and like I said, I will have that budget ready before Monday. I think that pretty much covered the discussions we had there. Is there any questions? If not, we'll move on to the Energy and Property Committee. Is there someone here that would like to represent Justice Jackson in that report?
I wasn't there.
Basically, I don't remember quite all the details about it, but anyway, basically, things seem to be going pretty well as far as the courthouse construction. In analyzing the request of money that would probably be paid out during November, and we saw that on the request, we were $250,000. All in all, things seem to be going pretty well on that line.
Any questions for Justice Burge? Thank you, Justice Burge. Would you?
Judge, I do have one question, and I'm just curious, and I don't know that anybody knows the answer. But in talking about the way things are going at Burdette and expenses and just the project in general, do they have an anticipated date of completion at all?
The end of July 21.
Into July 21. That'd be really that quick.
Well, that's the date that was given.
Okay. Well, I just figured it'd take at least another year.
I expect it to be completed sometime in 21.
Nice.
And then this building, I don't believe I've got a date on it, but they will give us on.
Looks like they're moving right along in Blythe.
They are. We are, on both projects, we are on time and under budget.
Perfect.
Justice Burge, would you give the report on sanitation and solid waste, please?
Yes, well, thank you, Judge. The Sanitation Solid Waste Committee did meet on October the 19th, prior to the Finance Committee meeting, basically to review operations for the first 9 months of the year, and showing revenue of $2,474,000 and expenses of about $1.5 million. We did have a little discussion in regard to the fact that our cash flow been this way for the last 2 or 3 months. It was particularly very hard in September. We have several accounts that are slow about coming in, which made our revenue in September pretty low. Since that time, Judge Nelson and I have met, and he has contacted a lot of those accounts, and we we have assurances that that money will be coming in the next month or two. And we certainly hope so, and we anticipate that it will, to get our balance up. Our balance at the end of October was $1,908,000, of which we still owe approximately almost 1.2 million on the self-construction. So even with the slowdown as far as the cash flow, hopefully we're pretty confident that we'll be able to pay that contract in full and still be in a good condition at the end of the year. We did submit, I met with Judge Nelson on Monday morning, and we did submit the landfill budget to the Finance Committee Monday afternoon. And it seems to be, thinking it's a good budget for next year. We're under our revenue projections, and we hope that everything holds true there. And then we had some discussion in regard to the dumpsters and so forth, and pretty well understood that all of those issues will be coming to an end at the end of 2020. And that pretty well wound everything up. Any questions from anyone?
Thank you, Justice Burge. Justice Nelson, will you report on the insurance committee, please?
Judge, you should have been there. We had some lively discussion. There are some of us who wanted to continue with qual choice. There were some who wanted to change to Cigna, that they weren't happy with qual choice. The money for Cigna is cheaper for the county, substantially cheaper. It was just a lively meeting back and forth between the parties, the insurance committee and some of the county employees about what we are going to provide for them. The insurance next year is, I think Michael had, Judge White had calculated it earlier. It's going to be about a $1,200 increase. Justice White, was that? Anyway, we were talking about the increase while he searches for that. He's got some ways that he's going to use it now. As he said earlier, I'm not going to choose his, get in his thunder. He can do that later. But we did make a choice, and the majority rules. I wasn't in the majorities, but it looks like next year we're going to have Cigna. So, is there any questions?
Do you want me to give those numbers?
Justice White?
Do you want me to give those numbers?
It's up to you, however you feel about it.
Well, basically, Judge, it came down to three choices. Qual choice is who we've been with, to keep it at the same level of coverage, same deductible, same everything that we had in 2020, just to move the same coverage over to 21. Qual choice wanted a 15% increase, which was terribly significant. It was an increase of $1,511 per employee for the year. And that was going to be a shock. It was going to be a pretty good increase. We have 184 county employees participating. A second Sigma offer, a second qual choice offer, was to increase the deductibles, to lower the coverage. The employees wouldn't have had quite as good an insurance, but the increase would have been cut in half and would have only been 8%. But it would have hurt the employees in their insurance coverage. The other company that was involved was Cigna. Cigna offered to meet what Qual Choice is doing this year. Coverage is exactly the same, maybe a little bit better in a couple categories, but the increase was only going to be 6.7% with Cigna compared to 15% for the same level of coverage with Qual Choice. What that boils down to, and what his committee came up with, was to go with the same level of coverage at the cheaper price with Cigna. But now that cheaper price is still an increase per employee of $56.57 a year, a month. $56.57 per month. That's $678.84 a year per employee for 184 employees. So that's a significant increase, but in comparing the same levels, the qual choice at the level at 15%, the Cigna, it saves the county $153,000 a year to go with Cigna and maintain the same level or slightly better insurance coverage for the employees. So I'm not on the insurance committee, but I did attend the meeting today to kind of get a grip on the finances.
And Judge, there's
So
one
that's where we're
thing,
at.
oh, excuse me.
Cool.
There's one thing that you can brag about if anybody asks you, wherever you go. We're still paying 100% of their insurance
At this point.
at this time, for next year. So if that gives you something to tell the world about, be proud of it.
I would like to add this, Judge. What the county is paying, or what the total cost for 2021, if the county absorbs the increase itself, the total cost for the insurance per employee is $10,753.44. Almost $11,000 per employee per year. It costs the county $2,113,000 to provide employee insurance.
Any questions? Justice Nelson, I would make a suggestion, of course, I know today was out of the medical insurance, but since we expect to be in the new building in Lyle before the end of the year, we should look at the insurance needs on that property. And as well as the LCL courthouse. Time is away, and I don't think it's too soon to start looking into that. If there's not any more questions about, comments about insurance, we'll move on to new business.
Judge, we have the two ordinances to present, but we don't have the three JPs here to vote on.
All right, we'll skip the ordinances and we'll move on to old business and announcements.
We do have a finance meeting again Monday. Would love for you to come.
Any other comments or questions? In that case, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to adjourn.
All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Sit,